Peace, this is Denunu for another edition of Hashtag Supreme Serum Sundays for Comrad Camp. On this particular edition, I'm actually highlighting a specific track for a very specific purpose. This track is actually called Kendrick Thoughts. It's with Supreme La Magnetic and also Killy Shoot. This track and specifically deals with a couple different issues, and it's a very somber and also reflective track, and I feel like it's perfect time right now with everything that's going on in the world and the protests and everything that are happening. So the purpose again of Supreme Serum Sundays is maybe to give you something a little different than you would normally be used to listening to, and also to help highlight Supreme La Magnetic's vast catalog of work. And so that's how, I and we for Supreme Supreme started Supreme Serum Sundays for Comrade Camp. And especially during the COVID-19 time, if you're in and you need something a little bit new that you haven't heard before after listening to your playlist, like I know I get my playlist, I'm just like, oh, it's too much after a while. I have a few favorites, but something a little bit more to open your spectrum, if you will, of music. This particular track, again, Kendrick Thoughts with actually Killy Shoot goes first on the verse, and then Supreme La Magnetic goes second. This is actually off of the, what album is this? I think it's actually a single, pretty sure. Anyways, and so I played a little bit, hopefully in the beginning, if I'm getting my editing kind of right. It's a bit of a late edition, so hopefully you'll catch this, and then it'll catch you and get you through the week. But other than that, I want to make sure I always do a little playback of the track that I'm highlighting as I'm learning editing and such. And so I love the intro on this particular track. Killy Shoot. On Killy Shoot's verse, and please forgive, I have a small dog that just jumped off my lap, and there's no stopping the squeaking, and it doesn't really add to the seriousness of this, track in particular, but there's no stopping that little boy. This particular track, again, it actually is a lot more of a serious track, and it deals with Killy Shoot's verse with his people and his friends that are actually locked up. And so he talks about talking to them behind a glass wall, and also, having to call on the phone, and it can be a very intense situation. Again, I never realized I would actually have to deal with such a thing myself, but having Supreme La Magnetic be up north right now, it can be very, very taxing on both sides, I'm learning. And so on Supreme's track, in contrast, on his verse, he speaks on his friends, and most people might not know this about Supreme. He's had quite a few friends that have actually passed away from the serious opiate crisis that's actually affected the tri-state area, New York, Connecticut, in all of New England. And so his verse, he speaks on his friend who's named Jessica in the first verse, and how, having to go through and see and deal with the opiate crisis is really put an impact on him and his friends, having the loss of his friends around him. So that actually it's something interesting, again, to highlight right now, given the seriousness of everything. And it doesn't necessarily weigh heavy along with everything else. It's just, again, a good retrospective and reflective track, I feel, especially with the beat.
Living with torture, I keep making scorches. I hope to see him before we both are close, bro.
Again, I think that's very fitting given the time right now with all of the things in the protests. The last part of what he said on that. So when you get a chance, check it out. It's actually on Spotify, Tidal, YouTube, and of course I'll put the link for the track in the description below. And the track is called Kendrick Thoughts with Killy Shoot from Home Team and Supreme Allah Magnetic from Comrad Camp. Again, I really like the message. It's the best thing I think about hip hop, honestly, is that it addresses issues and highlights things and also gives you something to think about, and also is a way of communicating that's constructive. And so with that being said, I feel like this track is a very strong track, especially again right now. And I hope you enjoy. You know, if you have any comments, please definitely put them in the links below. I am doing what I can to make sure to put out good content and working on the editing and whatnot again. So thank you again always for rocking with me. I'm this, that, new for Comrade Camp and hashtag Supreme Serum Sundays, the reboot moving forward. And again, this is just a little hip hop inoculation to rock your whole mental stimulation, and I hope you get something from it. And again, give back. If there's anything you want to see, please definitely link it in or put it in the comments below. And I appreciate you. Oh, and one last thing I wanted to make sure I pointed out. The beat is actually from Hear Me Beats. And again, Killy Shoot is from Home Team. This is the Stat New, along with Comrade Camp. All right? Be easy, be blessed, and stay up, especially in these days right now. We have the COVID-19. And again, that's one thing I wanted to point out that made it even more serious, by the way, before I sign out, is that, you know, Supreme is up north. Supreme Allah Magnetic is up north, and he's really actually been affected by COVID-19 and being an inmate who is having to see the people around him actually get sick, and then they just take them out. Like, there's really not much that is being done. So the Supreme Serum Sundays was actually not only a way to cope and have people find new music through, you know, being quarantined and staying at home and being trapped at home, as Supreme says, but it's also another way to, you know, kind of explore what's going on in the world and again, highlight it, create a conversation. And so I really hope that, again, this gives you something to listen to and also creates a dialogue based on, you know, the best of what hip hop does. And I think that actually helps to provoke thoughts and communication. And again, Supreme Serum Sundays, hip hop inoculation, this, that, new. And please definitely check me out on IG, Twitter. Getting used to the Twitter, not gonna lie, IG's best. And if you needed to have any inquiries for Supreme Allah Magnetic, it's actually Comrade Camp, at Comrade Camp 2, I believe, on IG, and at Comrade Camp Life on Twitter. So thanks again for rocking with me. I hope this finds you well, and we'll see you next time. Supreme Serum Sundays, this, that, new. One love.